Yeah? Nah. Nah. Okay.
Believe it or not, we're walking on air. We've never
Alright.
felt,
That sounds
we've
good.
never been so free.
Anyway, hello people, it's us, Two Bros Game, and I'm your host, Younger Bro.
I am your other host, Older Bro.
And we're back playing some Katawa Shoujo, where I didn't save, so I had to click through to where we last were.
Yep, Younger Bro needs to be a bit more careful about
So,
that.
I have no idea how I didn't save. I usually save. I don't remember not saving, so this is weird. Alright, did I read this?
No clue, so read it again.
She breaks off the hug and settles down. An awkward silence falls upon us like a blanket, me feeling embarrassed about myself and Rin trying to arrange her expression to something she likes.
I actually am not sure if you read that or not. I could easily see it either way.
One last time. I glance upward. This rooftop is really great. I like being closer to you. Close. It's like I'm just a little bit closer to the sky. I know a better place, but we can't go there on lunch break. I can take you there sometime if you want, like a date. Sure. The bell rings for the beginning of the afternoon classes, and Rin stands up to make her way downstairs. I don't hurry after her, deciding to stay up here for just a little while longer. Thanks for the hug. That should be shouting. Thanks for not kicking me. Why has Emmy done that? Yes. No, actually it's the opposite. After Rin leaves, I finally let tears roll down my cheeks and cry for my condition for the first and only time in my life. Then I cast away the hollow person laying on the hospital bed forever. You're dead to me.
You're dead to me, me. Fuck you.
In his mind, he literally takes a revolver and shoots himself.
This isn't Persona.
2 days later, I'm feeling less miserable. I'm no longer in depression. I even go for a long, brisk, healthy walk like the nurse recommended, something which I avoided and dodged with all sorts of excuses earlier. I feel more active in class as well, delighting our science homeroom teacher, Mr. Muto, with correct and properly delivered answers.
Prompt, but good enough.
The break right now between the two morning classes is too short for any sort of meaningful activity, but too long to just spend it sitting in the classroom and doing nothing. Going out into the hallway isn't much better, but flexing my stiff muscles is a better use of time than letting them get even stiffer by staying seated. The door of the neighboring classroom door opens and the student... Yeah, you see why it stuttered there for a second. And the students of 3-4 emerge to further fill up the already semi-crowded hallway. It seems their teacher kept them in for a few extra minutes. Emmy is among them. She notices me noticing her, noticing me. Which also almost makes me
Wait, hold on. Isn't
away on
Ren's
reflex.
class with Emmy?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I don't. However, and Emmy smiles at me as she happily skips towards me past the other students, somehow not knocking them over in the process.
Not sick today.
Emmy looks pretty energetic, showing no signs of illness whatsoever. It seems she has recovered from the cold.
Hey, good morning!
Nice to see you back on your feet. Were you feeling under the weather because you ran too much?
In the rain.
Feeling better now? She looks fine to me, but I still feel compelled to ask.
Thanks, and yeah, I do. It's just a cold, nothing serious.
Emmy laughs confidently, as if to emphasize her condition. I wondered for a moment what would count as serious in Emmy's book.
Heart attack.
Heart attack!
Total organ failure.
She seems to be eager to put the topic aside, though. Where are you going?
Off to Rin's room to see if she's awake yet.
Oh, she skipped class this morning. A sheepish smile emerges on Emmy's face, and she gets slightly flustered.
Not exactly. It seems she caught the cold that I had.
Sorry to hear that. Well, she was out in the rain on Sunday with us. After all, I saw her on Monday, and she was feeling a bit under the weather back then, too. So I guess it's not too out of the ordinary.
Yeah, anyways, I'll ask the nurse for some cold medication to give her if she doesn't get better soon.
He leaves from the girls' dorm.
For the girl.
Sorry,
From.
from.
Yes,
For
where
the
they are
girls'
right
dorm.
now.
I want to go with her to wish Ren well. I want to tell her that I'm better now too, but it doesn't feel appropriate. An unspecified feeling diverts my thoughts away. Somehow I just can't summon the resolve to go in there. Is this what Awatika went through when she tried to tell me what she felt? Another transition. You love this transition. You won't get tired of this transition.
Honestly, I don't.
You will recommend this transition
It
to others.
actually is a very good transition.
Even though I'm feeling more energetic, I'm still hesitant about going over there to talk to Ren. It's not until 2 days later on Friday that I finally gather enough courage to enter the girls' dorm. Ask the first person I meet inside for direction to Ren's room. Okay, so you are allowed in the girls' dorm.
Yep.
And
usually it's under very strict supervision, but
yeah, I was about to ask that. I knock on Ren's unmarked door and wait. Is this a different hallway than
it looks a bit different.
Yeah, I was going to say if it's a different hallway than the boys' dorm.
Yeah, looks different.
After a few seconds of silence, I hear something rustling inside the room. I start wondering if maybe I should have brought something for her. Like a can of warm coffee
While
or
she's
some
sick?
oranges. I could have peeled them for her. Well, too late now. Door opens soundlessly. It was already unlocked, and I find myself staring at Ren, who stares back at me. She looks like she just got out of bed, with her hair all messed up.
Is it? It looks exactly the same.
Oh, God! Okay, and barely any closer.
Well, I know. Okay, I know why she's smiling.
She loves this situation.
Yeah, because she walks through the situation, sees that it's you, and just like, perfect. I have the perfect pervert joke lined up for this.
I like how he says she has messy hair, but it looks no.
Yep, that's exactly
different.
what I said a minute ago, where I was like, that's the exact same hair.
Hello. There is a strange, stupid-looking smile on Ren's face. Not exactly sure why.
Hold on, I think I can zoom into the reason why right now. It's right there.
Ren smiles so rarely that it seems.
Hold on, I want to point out.
What?
We actually do need to zoom in. Those are breast lines.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Okay.
I didn't want to say anything.
At least a B cup.
Like, I didn't want to say she's not wearing a bra, but
she very clearly is not wearing a bra.
Exactly, it speaks for
Oh,
itself.
hold on. Is she like the vice president? Is she like the shoot, what's her name? Dang, can't think of the show.
Shizune?
No, from the anime. The Kaguya. Is she like Kaguya, where while she's sick, the parts of her brain
that's different.
Like some of the
Maybe.
parts of her brain turn off, and now she's like in a much more like blissed out, like happy state than she normally
Possibly.
would be.
Ren smiles so rarely that seems to be out of place every time. Especially so now, given her partially undressed state. Said state makes me feel extremely conflicted about whether or not this was a good idea.
As it should.
Her cheeks are flushed rose red, contrasting with the milky pale complexion of a person who doesn't get enough sunlight. Her forehead looks sweaty, as though she might have a fever. Hi. Now what? I didn't plan anything further than this, and Ren is staring at me with those expectant eyes of hers again. Something about this situation gives me very strange vibes. Her eyes are even more vacant than usual, and she seems to have a hard time focusing them on anything. Lack of clothing is disturbing, but since she herself doesn't seem to be bothered, why should I be? I keep telling myself that.
Yep.
I thought I'd pay you a visit since you haven't been at the art club, and I wanted to talk with you and wish you well. Ren doesn't show any sign of recognizing what I just said, making me wonder if she actually understood my words, or if she even heard them. You want me to say in Spanish, Ren? Maybe it's the fever making her groggy. She might have actually been asleep before I came over. Okay. She turns on her heel and withdraws from the door, walking back inside the small room. From the doorway, I can see her walk to her bed and half sit down on the messy pile of bed sheets. The open doorway seems to be more of an obstacle in my mind than the closed door was. But since Rin doesn't say anything else, I step through it and enter her room.
Well, I mean, you have progressed.
Rin is on her bed, leaning against the wall, leaving the only chair in the room for me. She keeps quiet even after I sit down, so maybe she meant to invite me in but just forgot to say so out loud. An implied invitation, as it were.
Or she didn't imply.
Very exciting. Nobody has visited me before.
I feel like that's impossible.
There's no way that's true.
Emmy hasn't visited you?
There's no way that's true. The breaking of the silence draws my attention from the room to its inhabitant, who currently seems to be in the middle of a very profound thought process. Actually, that was not true about visiting, but Emmy doesn't count even if she visits.
She's not a person.
She always pampers me too much. I think she's having too much fun. I ain't never had too much fun. I think I've forgotten how to put a bra on by myself.
Oh, that's probably why.
Okay.
That's probably why she isn't worried about it. Because I mean, if Emmy doesn't come around to put on clothing for her, I mean, what do you do in that situation?
Yeah.
I have to answer the door. Can't do anything else.
She looks groggily down at her chest, which is probably why I don't have one on, now that I think about it. I haven't failed to notice that Rin doesn't have her shirt unbuttoned either, but I tried to keep my eyes strictly locked on hers.
That is very
good. It's rather evident that she's not a very body-cautious person.
Conscious. As in, she doesn't really care that much about how she looks.
Body-conscious person. Yeah. My own body, however, is quite cautious of hers right now.
Look, I'm sure that you have thoughts, but yeah, let's go with that. That's the way to say it.
She came to wake me up at 7:30 today. Can you imagine that? Yes, I've experienced the same thing.
She has not came to your dorm.
Bixby voice privacy content.
Why the hell is that on?
Good question.
Sorry about that. It typed one holder, bro.
Yeah, it's because it's some kind of recognition software.
What's weird about it is I don't know why it pops up. It pops up randomly. Like, I don't even say it. Like, how it works is you have to say its name. And as long as you don't say its name, it shouldn't pop up.
Yeah.
And yet
it's not even the normal names, right?
No.
Yeah. It's just like when you say Alexa randomly and suddenly, like...
Yeah, this is Bixby.
Nothing.
Yeah, you have to say, hey, Bixby. Well, okay,
Nothing.
I turned it off.
Yeah, but
I don't know why... I know why it's on. I turned off vibrate.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Yeah, I turned off vibrate from this button.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I have to manually turn it off.
Yes, you do.
And that's why Bixby was on and why it thought we called it out.
But anyways, but sometimes you'll say stuff that, like, triggers Alexa even when you don't say Alexa. You just say something random, and Alexa's just like, nope, sounded close enough.
Yeah, it's terrible. She pauses for a while and glances up at my dumbfounded face, as well as my Bixby. On second thought, you probably can. It's not like that reverse rainbow fish I tried to imagine earlier. That was hard. Yes, that seems like a pretty normal time to wake up if you want to go to class in the morning. I'm trying to sound as reasonable as possible to contradict counteract Ren's unreasonable annoyance.
Yeah, it's like that makes perfect sense what you said.
I told her to sod off.
I hope that you actually told her to sod off. By the way, sod is their version of fuck.
I figured.
Good.
She gave me these meds and told me to take them. I follow her eyes to the night table and then to the pill bottle sitting on the top of it. I pick it up and turn it around to look at the label so I can see what kind of medication Emmy brought. Active ingredient.
Codeine.
Codeine.
Codeine is very well known for being a. So codeine is used for when you're sick. However, it's also known for being overused because it gives you a very drowsy and like happy state.
Oh, does
so
it?
it's the type of
Can you
medication.
get addicted to it?
Yeah, it's the type of medicine that they have that's usually a bit controlled because you can take it, but you definitely don't want to give it to people for free.
You took all these. No. Yes. I've been eating some since there's so many of them. Seem to make this thing not
She's
so bad.
high.
Actually, I think I'm feeling just
She is
fine.
very high.
Her eye lolls round and around, making it look like she is either trying to stretch her neck muscles or possibly pass out. She took several of these pills. Can that be safe? At least it's bound to have some side effects, which I'm afraid I am witnessing right now.
Cognitive. Yeah, cognitive.
Oh, no.
Cognitive impaired at the moment.
I am feeling just fine. I am fine. Just someone take this buzzing away from my head. I can't think straight.
It's very rare to see somebody who is currently blissed out of their mind, who's pissed off that they are high.
The annoyed expression returns to Ren's face. It's like many of those insect things, or one really big insect thing, with lots of wings, very much color and everything. What's the word for those?
Locusts.
Never mind, I remembered. It's butterflies. She smiled slightly at her last observation. Small pause in her monologue is not long enough for me to dare say something that could potentially, but not likely, salvage this discussion. I love butterflies. They are the best animal insect. Did you see?
Insects are animal.
Did you see any on your way here? Isao. She utters my name as an afterthought, possibly to make clear that she is now addressing me instead of just speaking her mind to whoever might be listening. This odd sensation has left me speechless. Give me more happy pills. Isao, please. I'll hug you more. More or less since the moment
We have those scenes turned off.
opened her mouth. Now that she herself doesn't seem to have anything else to add, silence fills the room. It makes me glance around again in an attempt to find something to talk about. Brent's room is about as small as mine. The big window, which takes up most of the wall furthest from the door, opens to the east just like mine.
I mean, they're dorm rooms. Like, they're all pretty much copy-pasted.
It looks very normal, which strikes me as strange. I expected something more. Different.
What about the art on the back wall?
About a dozen paintings,
There it
most
is.
of them in Ren's signature abstract style, and a few art posters are taking up almost all of the available wall space. But that's about the only real difference between her room and mine. The room is not exactly aesthetic. Is that aesthetic?
Aesthetic, yeah.
Okay. I've never seen it spelled, so I wanted to be sure that that's correct.
I don't think that is how it's spelled, but that is the word that they're supposed to be using here, I think. You know, I'm gonna look this word up.
But it doesn't look like what I expected from a girl's room either.
Aesthetic. Aesthetic.
It's not aesthetic.
No, that's the word I think they mean to be using. I think they're supposed to be using aesthetic. Because the word they're using is ascetic, which is a person who renounces material comforts and leads a life of self-discipline, especially as an act of religious devotion. So basically, that would be saying this room is not exactly monk-like. So they mean aesthetic. This word is wrong.
So I accidentally found...
You accidentally corrected the word.
That is good. A faint smell of art. of paint and paper is floating in the air. It's the same smell the art room has.
I'd expect so.
Ren isn't too concerned about being tidy. It seems everything she owns seems to be arranged in various piles around her room. Your room looks nice. It's an empty sentence one uses to fill empty spaces in conversations, but my wits are failing me pretty hard right now. Yeah, would you like me to show you the places?
He would desperately like that.
She looks down at her half-open shirt, quizzically
Yes,
making,
again, he would desperately like that.
making me inadvertently follow her gaze to her chest. Oh, I guess I already did.
Okay, good. She is
got
too
there.
drugged to even realize that she made that joke.
I can't deny that, no matter how hard I tried to act properly. It is very nice that you came to see me. It makes me feel very... what's the word? You know, the one about things and stuff. You know, opposite of sad.
Happy?
Anyway, you came.
He hasn't yet, but he's
Ren's
trying.
rambling
He's desperately trying not to, in fact.
makes me remember that I actually came here for a reason. Hey, about what we talked on Monday on the rooftop, remember?
I don't think now is...
I don't think now is a good time. Ren
Yeah.
doesn't seem to be exactly attentive right now. Not that she ever is. I plow ahead
No, you can't do that right now either.
and get it off my chest anyway. I just wanted to tell you that I'm going to be better from now on, I guess. I hate being pathetic. So I decided that I'm not going to be anymore. I guess that's all. Okay. Isn't that good? The blurry words flow out of her lips slowly and uncontrollably. I'm happy for you, I think. That's what I think. You shouldn't look so sad all the time. I mean, you could just take those happy pills. Oh, wait, they're all gone. I mean, looking sad is fine if you are not sad, but you look like sad and actually sad. That's no good.
Yep. That's no good!
Are you going on some training camp where they make men out of boys?
I'm pretty sure you just offered to make a man out of this boy.
Or mountaintop meditation? No, I don't think so. Oh, guess that's fine
This
too.
feels almost as weird as having a conversation with Kenji.
The sentences come out of her mouth and probably her brain. For all we know, Kenji is on something, we just don't know it.
Probably.
One at a time with a small pause between each, making her gibberish hard to understand. I just think it seemed like a good idea. Maybe it's not. Ren finishes with one more line, getting to say the last word over herself, an impressive display of what I can only describe as mental shadow
Dude,
boxing.
I just want to be clear. I just want to be clear that this dude is playing such a dangerous game right now because the moment her brain starts working well enough to completely comprehend what's going on, you are fucked, and not in the way you want to be.
The other thing he could have done was, as soon as he saw that the bottle was empty, and as soon as
No,
he
it's
heard
not
her
empty.
say-
It's she's been taking them. It's not empty yet. She's just high as fuck.
I thought for a second I thought she said she did the whole bottle.
No, she's just been taking them. She's been just taking them, but taking them faster than she's supposed to. And probably in a bit higher quantity than she's supposed to.
While I'm embarrassing myself, might as well tell you that I'm sorry that I said some stupid things to you last week. It's your own business to decide what you're going to do.
I would really
Good.
like to point out that he is. This is the closest thing to having this conversation with a captive audience as he could possibly do it. Where he's literally going out of his way to have this conversation with somebody who is drugged and can't easily remember what he said.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's even continuing. He should have already
Look,
made...
he's in this situation and he's just like, Well, I don't know how to respond to this, so I guess I'm just gonna keep going.
She seems not to register my words first, but then understanding lights in her eyes, and she waves her hand around in a way that could be interpreted as anything. It's okay.
Why did you capitalize both words in okay?
I probably said stupid
Or
things
letters
too.
in okay.
It's just sometimes a bit hard to keep my thoughts the way I like them. It's the way it is. I've got mine, don't worry about his. They are not very straight, at least most of the time.
Well, that's very problem for this dating game.
Not that I want to have them straight.
That's also very bad for this dating game.
I just wish they were at least in the same shape. Round is fine too, but I need more definition.
High definition.
My thoughts are very messy.
I can imagine.
Messy.
And passed out.
She repeats the word.
She looks like... I don't know why I had this thought, but she looks like a martial artist. This looks like her gi.
Almost.
Yeah. Melancholy.
Melancholically.
Yeah, I don't think you pronounce the A in that. The second A. I think you just pronounce it melancholically.
Melancholically. Then flops laying down on her bed and nuzzles her head against her pillow, shutting her eyes. Enough. Tired. You should go. I'm going to sleep again. She opens one of her eyes to look at me. Was it you who
Likes.
You who likes to look at sleeping girls, or someone else? Maybe there were many of those. That was Kenji. I can't remember. You can stay if you want. No. I'll leave. I have to do homework anyway. I stand up from the chair and take a step towards the door. Wait. Her request stops me in my tracks. I need to go. Now.
Yeah.
Not that I intended to scoot off right away.
Oh, you are the one who looks... You are the one who likes looking at girls while they sleep.
I look over my shoulder at the girl lying on her bed. It would be funny if she was just fucking with you the entire time.
She sorta is, but I don't think she is.
Again, with the strangest kind of smile
This
on
really
her features.
is the most, like, drugged smile.
She should smile more often. I can walk you to the door. It's the least a gentleman can do. Ren giggles like a little kid, making me beyond absolutely certain that she took far too much of her cold medication today. I've always wanted to say that. Slowly and with difficulty, Ren first raises
there's so much.
to a sitting position.
I have never before wanted what I hope is about to happen, but I desperately want Emmy to show up right as you leave.
Then she stands up with even more difficulty and more slowly. As if guided by some masculine automation, my eyes instantly lowered to the curve of her thighs and the striped panties. At which point, my manners forced me to lift my gaze back to Ren's eyes level. It's getting almost too hard to do that. Ren is standing, although barely. It looks like she has trouble keeping her usually decent balance. Again, probably a side effect of the medicine. She takes an unsteady step towards me. Then another smaller one, as she notices that it's not a good idea to try to take big steps.
She's probably gonna fall down.
I feel my muscles tense as I prepare to catch Ren if she falls.
Well, okay, you know what? You have accidentally into the... you've accidentally fallen into a harem trap of girl... I don't think I've ever actually seen the stumbles... Like, usually the falls over is... No, usually the stumble is, I stumble and fall on you and you're grabbing my breast. In this case, it's the, I stumble into making out with you. I don't think I've ever seen that, actually.
Yes, she's so drugged out, she's not gonna remember this.
Nope. But you will.
Oh,
you're gonna have troubles continuing to not stare at her panties or her breasts.
Yeah, I want to pause here. I was not expecting this. Oh my god. Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, it's too soon. Almost like it's not intentional.
She manages to take 2 more steps before she falls against me. To my surprise, neither her downwards momentum nor our slight height difference are able to stop Ren from pressing her heart-shaped lips squarely against mine. He's gonna die from this.
But I don't know to who.
As our lips part after a confusing moment of nothing but the taste of Ren.
I mean, yeah. I mean, for you, this is probably you actually experiencing Ren at her most Ren.
I look down at her, trying to find some explanation for this bewilderment event. Medicine. The euphoric smile of a madman broadens on Ren's lips again, and I wonder if I will remember this tomorrow.
I'd assume no.
Fuck. I am absolutely stumped on how to respond.
The response is probably not.
Ren takes a step backwards, separating her body from mine, and making me only now realize that they were even connected in the first place. The second step is actually a fall backwards, luckily straight onto her bed. The soft thud Ren's thin body makes against the mattress breaks the silence. I move quickly over to her to see if she has hurt herself, only to be met with the peaceful face of dreaming. Ren sleeps. She's lying diagonally across the bed, somehow managing to have simultaneously fallen asleep while standing up and falling down in a way that she didn't injure herself. Fool's luck.
Yep, that is Ren.
I tuck Ren in, covering her with the sheets as well as I can. She feels very light, even though I am not that strong.
I mean, she is missing like 20 pounds.
I stand up to look at her, the oval-shaped face. The dark eyelashes shut against the feverish cheeks. The slender body covered with the pale sheets. Ren sleeps.
Double. Ren, double.
Yes.
She sleeps.
A conflict. No. Conflicts. Plural. Churn inside of me. I think about calling a nurse to keep an eye on her, but decide against it. After taking one more glance at her peaceful face, I decide that she'll be fine.
But maybe, yeah.
You should absolutely tell her about the pills. I do pocket the remaining pills, though.
Yeah.
I exit the room and close the door soundlessly behind me. I exhale deeply, only now realizing I had held my breath for the better part of a minute. Taking a moment to relax.
I mean, I can't imagine why.
I try to calm down my heart, racing like a jackrabbit. Wow.
She's drugged out of her mind and collapsed from, like, being sick, and you're trying not to have a heart attack.
Yeah, how does Gail explain it? It's like kissing someone who's drunk doesn't count.
Yeah.
I had trouble getting to sleep last night.
I can't imagine.
So the next morning finds me exceptionally groggy.
You also might be sick.
Yeah, I briefly consider skipping class, but remind myself that I was supposed to be a stronger person now. I get up like a good boy and put on my uniform, then make my way to the main school building without eating breakfast.
Now, is she going to be in class?
I sit in my seat in class 3-3, waving a greeting to Misha and Sasuni like I do every morning, and let the day wash over me, like the blood of the lamb. The afternoon classes are always longer than those in the morning. This is true regardless of whether I count it by the minute or by the number of doodles drawn in my notebooks. Today, I'm especially distracted as I keep thinking about Ren.
I can't imagine!
Did I manage to properly tell her that I want to get better?
I mean...
Did she understand a word of what I was saying?
More important question.
I think about the kiss we shared and what it means. She was so out of her mind, maybe it means nothing. But we've been getting closer lately. What does that mean?
This is the critical question, because that's the joke about Kaguya-sama, where And Kaguya-sama, the reason that she is super lovey-dovey when she's sick is because it literally turns off
Her, like, protective side or...
no, it's like it's either her id or her ego is suppressed because she's sick. Her brain literally shuts it off. So the part of her that puts up all of her walls is down, and she's just like, but here's what I'm actually thinking. So that's his question is real of like,
yeah,
she's sick and we've been getting closer. So was that just a random happenstance, or is that her inner thoughts?
So this is more real than I thought. Okay. Think about Ren more and more nowadays. I wonder if she thinks about me.
I can't imagine how that's possible that she doesn't.
The ringing of bells makes me flinch, and then realize that I haven't been paying attention during the latter half of class at all. I've never been surprised by the bell.
Yeah.
I've been annoyed by the bell.
Yeah.
Because I could be in the middle of a conversation with someone. Or I could be in the middle of getting, like, tips from my teacher.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ugh!
Yeah.
Yeah. I look at the assortment of sketches traveling up and down the margins of my notebook. The only thing I got done in the last hour. Feeling vaguely disappointed in myself, I pack up and get to the hallway. Ren is standing right outside the door, her presence stopping me in my tracks as I spot her. Her posture is relaxed as always, but I suddenly feel like I just ate a crowbar.
I can't imagine.
I'm having a hard time meeting her gaze. She doesn't seem to have any trouble looking at me, but those dark eyes are making me feel flustered for no reason. It's hard to look straight at her, so I turn my face away a little and blush. I don't know what one should say in this kind of situation. And again, I really know what to say to Ren in any given situation.
I'd start with, how are you feeling today?
Hi. Hello? I tried to get rid of the awkwardness in my voice and invoke a more natural way of speaking. I suddenly worry about where I should put my hands. Feels like they're in the way somehow.
I would make a joke right now, but unfortunately somebody is in this shot that literally does not have hands.
How are you feeling? You were pretty out of it yesterday. I'm okay. What do you mean by yesterday? You don't remember. She tilts her head to the side like a bird, looking somewhat confused. Remember what? I have a bad memory. About yesterday. What about yesterday? I came to see you and I don't remember that kind of thing happening. She really doesn't remember.
And that's the real question. Does she remember little to nothing and is hiding it, or does she actually remember nothing?
I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I feel disheartened.
I can't imagine.
I remember that I promised to show you one place, though. Did that happen? Maybe I just think I remember that, and I don't. No, that was real too. Okay, you want to go now? Yeah. Well, sure, why not? Is it 4? It's not. Together we walk downstairs and then outside, the usual summer day. Wearing cicadas and all greets us. It's immensely hot.
No, you're not supposed to be talking about Ren right now.
And without... I don't get why they portray her as the worst character. That she's clearly not. And without the air conditioning the classrooms offer, I start sweating immediately.
I assume that they're saying she's a lesser character because she's literally less. She has less to her body. I legit don't know.
No.
Like I legit don't know.
I think they wanted to make someone who.
I think it's that she's the lesser option because she's the last option. In the sense that it's like you had to have denied everyone else to get to her, and you literally you're one step away from failure. But I don't know.
We start along the tree-lined pathway that leads towards the dorms. The cherry trees offer shade with the sunlight blinking through the holes in the canopy. The light creates a chaotic pattern of shadows dappling with bright places where the beams hit the pavement. Ren's eyes are wandering in every direction but mine. But mine. I get the feeling that it's intentional.
That seems to imply she does
remember. But, I mean, I don't think it'd be out of character for her to do this. She's kind of a wanderer. In a way.
No. It's not the her wandering bit. It's the fact that she isn't looking you in the eye at all.
Maybe.
She's intentionally trying to avoid looking you in the eye.
It's possible she didn't remember and then figured it out along the way.
I mean, that could be too.
She leads me to the back gate once again, taking us through it and into the forest beyond. As before, the dropping temperature and the drastically reduced levels of light make it feel like the forest is swallowing us into its cavernous belly. We head uphill along the same path as last time, snaking around trees and boulders, over roots and rocks, past wild undergrowth. Birds sing somewhere in the woods. Soloists?
Yeah.
For the humming background music of the treetops.
You're not supposed to be able to hear the background music.
We go past the small clearing with yeah, that's how I read it too. Big maple that is now called the worry tree. The climb steepens, then becomes easier
You pass the worry tree.
I have to stop a few times to catch my breath, then hurry after Ren, who doesn't wait for me at all. Soon I'm out of breath again. Suddenly, the trees end and we emerge from the forest. The boundary of the woods is sharp and abrupt, as though a line had been drawn to mark it. The hill continues to climb up a little further ahead, but from here to the top, it's a rocky meadow. Patches of grass and small bushes that look like they are growing straight from the rock. We soon reach the highest point with the forest behind us and the view to every direction opening in front of our eyes. The city lies far below and away, lazily reveling in the quiet afternoon mood. Reveling in quiet afternoon mood. You can see pretty far from here, and the vista is beautiful. I wonder how high up we are.
Well, almost as high as Ren was yesterday.
I breathe the fresh air and feel my heart rate slowly going back down. I think I might have overdone it a bit. A higher pulse is dangerous for me. I'm feeling fine right now, though. The wind picks up, ruffling my hair and causing the trees below us to sway. It makes the grass undulate in waves as the breeze sweeps across the hilltop. Sunshine, lollipop sand from the open skies upon us. A few clouds passing by to shadow it. What was painful heat before is now gentle warmth. I take a good look around. The hilltop is pretty in the way nature often is. Unplanned harmony found in the natural arrangement of things. The most striking feature is her standing on top. It is the abundance of small yellow flowers. They're literally everywhere in the small meadow. I can't help
the dandelion fields.
Commenting on them. Oh, it's lily of the of the meadow.
Lilies are white flowers.
I know. Wow.
It is literally
a lot of flowers.
I would say right now, because I'm pretty sure. Just save and then relook at the title. Yeah, there's your fucking answer.
Wow. Yeah, do you know this kind? They will fly away. Yeah, dandelions. There are not many of them at school because they cut the grass so often. No one cuts grass up here. Oh, it's so well kept that the dandelions can't grow there.
Yeah. Which
is funny because that wasn't true at my school. I still saw dandelions grow there. The fragile-looking flowers will soon turn white and fluffy like cotton, and the wind will carry their seeds away. I crouch down to look at one tiny yellow flower, slightly basking in the sunlight. There's not a hint of white yet, so it's still waiting for it's time to be fulfilled. I brush my fingers against the delicate yellow petals.
This is a you know what's very interesting about this game? The artwork, it's not abstract, but it's not like pixel perfect.
Yeah.
It's meant to be like a bit more abstract.
It's almost like I'm looking at a book.
Yeah, it's meant to be like a very like a blurred and like
I look like I'm looking at my history book.
yeah, it's I do very much like it.
I feel the soft texture in my fingertips. It feels nostalgic somehow. I hear Rin approaching from behind and stand back up to face her. Yeah, I don't feel the petals of dandelions. What I'd do is I'd pick it up and I'd rub my palm against the dandelion. The middle of the dandelion is so fucking soft.
Yeah,
it feels so nice.
It is nice. Dandelions are very soft.
She has a weird look on her face. Something on your mind? I don't know. It's just... Oh.
Younger bro's just gonna wait for the text box to even start this. Okay.
You just look so sad all the time and become upset so easily. It makes me confused, and I really don't remember much about yesterday except that you came to my room, and that's why it might be because of me. So it's because of me. I think that I know why. It's because people don't really like talking to me, and you might be the same, and that would be sad. I know that people, and I'm talking about others than me too, always say that I'm strange and that I talk strange things, so I thought I'd try not to say strange things, but that just makes me think more and new and strange and colorful. That was not a good word, but maybe you understand. Anyway, an odd thing, so if I want to say something, I don't really know how, and then the words are not the same as the thoughts because something goes wrong on the way out, but it's not like... I think we're hearing her inner thoughts out loud. The thoughts are really the thing I should be saying. It's more like the idea of the thought of the feeling of the idea, or the idea of the feeling, but it's not really any of those either because there's no word for it. I'm losing my voice for
Yep.
I invent a new one, which is not really useful, so I've been thinking of doing things is better than saying, so maybe because yesterday I took those pills and I was feeling a little strange, I might have done something that I shouldn't. Besides, I don't know if it would be better if I just could say the thought. There's no telepathy. That's real telepathy, isn't there? I think it'd be terrible and useful at the same time. But right now I wouldn't mind because misunderstanding is so easy, but understanding is not, and I thought... I grabbed her shoulder and squeezed hard to make her stop. I don't have the capacity to take all that at once. Ren shuts up instantly. Take a breath. Because I need to take one after hearing that. I'm not upset. Why would I be? I'm just a little confused, but it's alright. I wonder if I was making a face she doesn't like again. I guess I've been thinking about yesterday all the time. Maybe I looked weird. I wish I had a mirror with me at all times. No need to get it all said at once. I'll listen, even if you talk slower, like this. It just came out. Sorry. I'm okay now. I just wanted to say something. I didn't mean that much.
She really did just, like, she
was, took her
she was she was overwhelmed, knew she needed to say something, and the part of her brain that normally holds things back just said, nope.
Blurred it out.
Yeah, just, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
It's weird, isn't it? She looks at me with a surprisingly timid expression, one that I haven't seen before. I can't help but laugh a little. Yeah, it's weird. You are a pretty weird person, but there's nothing wrong with that. Thanks for being worried about me, but I'm going to get better. I told you that yesterday, but I guess you don't remember that either. I don't. I wonder what else I forgot. Hopefully nothing important like my own name. That'd be terrible.
Oh, I thought.
Kissed me.
You know what? I thought.
Oh,
I thought he was. I thought he was gonna hide that a bit, but you know, he's just like, you know what? I don't think that. I think that hiding this from her is not beneficial to anything.
Yes. Tell the truth.
Yeah, just.
I did. Yeah, you did. On the lips. I try to sound as matter-of-fact as I can, but I worry that I might be blushing again. Did you kick me?
I think I was too shocked to have
Yeah.
possibly done that.
No, I was in shock. Why would I do that? Then, it's all good, right? It's okay, right? I didn't forget my name. Yeah, it's okay. I wish I was more suave so that I could come up with a better follow-up to that. But nothing comes to mind. It's a good thing that Ren has more to say. It makes me feel relieved somehow. I think I should say sorry. I'm really bad with people. Some things are hard to understand, like jellyfish. Do you understand jellyfish? I guess not. People are like jellyfish to me. I don't understand. Now it's her to make a face I don't really like seeing. Yeah, jellyfish are one of the only like animals in the world that doesn't like have a brain or any kind of like organ functions.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has something, but it's not. Yeah, it's not organs in the way that we have organs. It's weird.
It doesn't have a brain. It is an animal like no other.
Yeah, it is just very strange.
It might as well. I think I consider jellyfish as water mushrooms. Because that's the closest I could compare them to, is a mushroom.
I guess. They're weird.
But mushrooms can scream. But you can't hear it, but they can. It's very interesting.
Yep.
Mushrooms and jellyfish are the only things I can compare to one another because they are wonders of the world that are very, very not understandable.
Yep. As a reminder, guys, mushrooms are not plants.
Yeah. I've never really had friends. I'm gonna save.
Yeah, but just remember, guys, that mushrooms are not plants; they are fungus. And if you pick a fungus, it screams.
I almost want to say, what about Emmy?
Here again, at this point,
I think in this situation I should.
At this point, it doesn't matter which choice you make.
I know.
In the sense that,
I know, but I'm just trying to say which one would I think would be better.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, which one
Knowing Ren's character, I don't think she would want to make friends necessarily with Emmy. I think Emmy wanted to be friends with her.
Yeah, I think that's what she'll say if you say what about Emmy.
So I think we should say me.
Yeah, it's again.
Yeah, I think either one is fine actually. Yeah. Let's go with me. Nah, I'm your friend for one. I mean, think about it. We already talk a lot to each other, and we've even gotten upset at each other and then forgiven the other for it. That's what they call friendship. It's really nice to say that even. Are you sure it's not a Mortal Kombat reference? No. But it's good to know you know that. I've always been able to tell everything to pencils and paints and paper. They are my best friends. It's harder with people. I have to use words. That is hard for me. Yeah, I know. You told me about how you forgot. Ren nods at me wordlessly, and I dare to attempt showing her a little encouraging smile. I hope I do it properly. She doesn't reply in any way. I feel really glad. The distance Ren puts between herself and everything else has made me feel really uneasy ever since I met her. If we become real friends, I'm sure I can understand her more. I'm sure that this way we can close the gap of understanding between us. My thoughts don't transmit to Ren. She seems lost deep in thought, wandering amidst the sea of yellow flowers covering the grassy hilltop. It's just as well. Time passes, the breeze making the taller grass sway gently in time with the wind. Ren hums a little song to herself so quietly that I can't tell what it is, if it's even anything at all, and we'll find out what that is.
I would
next
honestly
time.
recommend just keep going for a bit. We'll see
Okay,
why.
fine. I'm guessing Act 3 starts.
Yeah, you're already at the end of Act 3. Or at the end of Act 2.
Fine, we'll push for it then. Alright. A stronger gust sweeps over the hilltop, and the sound of the trees and the wind buries the song away. I check my watch, my smartwatch, more out of habit, more than anything else. It's 4:30 right now, on this Saturday afternoon.
So they have classes on Saturdays? Because you did just leave school.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Ren looks into the distant horizon with that odd blank stare of hers, as if she were looking at nothing at all. Her pupils are dark and quiet like a pair of deep, still ponds. I think I'm going to quit the art club. I realized it when we had that argument last week. It was a good thing that I tried, but it's just not my thing. You know, I had more fun getting to know you than actually doing the art stuff in there. I wanted to stay as your friend. Would that be alright? Sure. It was pretty creepy anyway with you staring at me all the time. I'm actually kind of surprised he quit the art club.
Yep.
Her comment makes me fluster immediately, but I manage a reply. Sorry about that. It's okay. I'm used to it. You're not the first person who likes to see me paint. Are you going to do other thing? I don't know. Probably not. You are going to become better, right? Sure. Me too. You know, I'm going to talk to that friend of the teacher and ask her to put my stuff in her place and work hard to get all that done. I decided that just now, you know, but I think I knew it all along. I've had this feeling for a long time now that I am going to change, even if I hate it and don't want it. Even if I wanted to, I would change. Like I am not enough the way I am. I think this could be a good way to do it, because it's like a straight line. Like I've learned all the things in my life so far just for this. It's just art, and it's the only thing I really know. I know what I'm going to do, so it's good. I'm not afraid at all. That's good. I feel like I always do. Is that weird? No, not at all.
Just fall asleep.
When I close my eyes, you're all I see. And give in to the irresistible sensation that has been growing inside me all week long. I float up towards the surface of my own life. The pressure of being underwater slowly diminishes. The weightless sensation becomes stronger. I break the surface of water, lifting my head into the sunlight. I open my eyes and she's right in front of me. Inhale deeply, breathing in fresh air as if for the first time in a long while. Knew it! My lungs fill with oxygen, and I open my eyes to see Ren's peaceful, determined face. We walk down the slope carefully and slowly to avoid falling down. Ren in the lead and me a few steps behind. Ren surely can do this. Even if she can't, she's going to pull through. I'm sure that I can keep my head above water too from now on. The sun sets behind our backs, setting the world ablaze in its orange glow. I keep watching the back of the red-headed girl descending the path a few steps ahead of me. If it's only this much, this distance between us is definitely within my reach. Aww. Alright, so Act 3 cutscene. Oh. This might be bad. And also something I expected. Alright.
Okay, now we save the game.
You sure you don't want to read that?
No, we'll save the game here.
Distance. Oh, no. Alright.
Okay.
So, guys, That is going to be it for today's episode. So like and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch. Comment to our videos. We do read them. Follow on Twitch. We'll see what distance means next time and why the fuck that we didn't get a cool cutscene. We'll see you guys on the next Katawa Shoujo. Goodbye.
Have a good evening, everyone.